So I am ipsilateral walking today with my ruck on. I hoped to do it yesterday, but that's okay. We're doing it today. I will say the ruck kind of helps with this movement because it's so stiff and it's on my back like a plank. So to keep the back from twisting with the hips, it kind of makes for a good cue to not twist and move everything together for that same shoulder, same leg stride, ipsilateral movement. I will also say going backwards up a hill with a ruck, ipsilateral walking, it doesn't hit my quads the same way. It's almost more in my knees, in my lower legs. I have almost like an icy burn. The ipsilateral movement, walking backwards with the added weight on my back, and maybe the hill in addition, seems to be torquing my knees outward, which I know a lot of people have issues with collapsing knees and weak knees, especially when squatting or having weight on them. So maybe that outward torque and that burn in the ipsilateral walking, when I change from front to back walking, I have to get myself back in sync with the ipsilateral walking again. I want to go back to that contralateral walking, which is more intuitive for me. But anyway, maybe that outward torque like that is building some kind of strength there and helping those tendons and ligaments and everything around the knee and building that strength with that outward torque and that burn that I feel a little bit in a different part of my leg, walking that way, going backwards up a hill, to prevent that collapsing knee. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I just experimented going forward up a hill halfway, backward up the hill halfway, and then backward down the hill halfway and forward down the hill halfway with the ruck on my back and ipsilateral walking in the video segment I'm going to show before this ramble. And now I'm just walking around on flat ground trying to ipsilateral walk and talk to you all. And I really have to think about it, or I want to fall back into that contralateral walking. Hands in pockets or at your sides does tend to help. Holding this phone up like this while walking like this seems to confuse my body more. Probably because I'm not like moving my whole arm with my walk, even though my shoulder is coming forward with my leg. So that's all awkward. I also found I want to toe slap more when doing ipsilateral walking, where my toe is hitting the ground first instead of my heel or maybe mid-foot to roll. I'm wanting to go toe first. And if I go heel first, which I can do, heel first with the ipsilateral walking, I feel like I'm walking harder on my heels. Of course, that could be the added weight of the ruck, but it just feels heavier and harder on my heels. But especially on the hill, if I was going toe slap first, toe slap first, it almost felt more natural. Heck, even on flat ground, it feels more natural doing the ipsilateral walking for me, doing toe slap walking. Toe hits first. It's making all of me want to come forward on the same side with my toe. Because again, this feels like a Frankenstein walk to me. Frankenstein moved his whole right body and then his whole left body together when walking. Frankenstein was an ipsilateral walker. So walk like Frankenstein. Of course, I feel like he had pretty good foot flexion and his feet were always flexed and his toes were pointed up. So I feel like he's probably a pretty heavy heel striker. But me, when ipsilateral walking, I don't feel like a samurai. I feel like Frankenstein. But I'm a toe slapping Frankenstein. All right? I like it. We're going to keep doing it. It's going to be part of my shake-up. Today I'm trying to do a big, like, 30-minute or better walk where I'm like 95% ipsilateral walking. So I got to get off here so I can focus on that. I did it. I got my ipsilateral walking in. It's weird because even though I'm not twisting my body with the ruck and walking like that, my back is on fire. So I'm going back to regular old contralateral walking for a time and gonna play with my rock friends. Yeah.
I got to go to Sam's, number 3, my favorite diner in the all of America, twice. Met the owner. Saw my usual bartender, Tyson, and then his friend Kevin. He's another bartender. He was wonderful. Got to meet his girlfriend. They came to the show. That game, though, I mean, just... I don't know. Football, if it wasn't for fantasy, fun conversation about fantasy football, and there should be more women that know that other women play and get involved.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as you guys think.
Be fun.
It's totally fun. The app will do most of the work. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay, those are thinking. So Josh Blue came down. If you don't know him, John Novosad, aka Hippie Man, my friend Chris Voth. It always means a lot when comics come down to the show because we don't really feel like going to other shows when we're off. Normally, we don't feel like doing that. So we had some fun backstage, and
What was it? I saw it in the video, Josh's.